Trae, how you doing today?
Hey, it is the Jay and Trae show up in here
That's
today.
it.
It is going down. You know what? I have been geeking out all week
Yeah.
about The Wiz. I saw it
Yes.
on Sunday,
Oh.
and I was just floored. So
Mm.
I want to talk to you a bit about this
Yes.
date night because y'all had a
Oh.
whole experience,
It
honey.
was phenomenal. It was, first of all, I've never done a date night before. And I told my wife, I said, hey, Converge wants us to do a date night where we get to, hang out with some people and blah, blah. She said, oh, wait, hold on. She said, what do we do? What we doing?
Yeah.
I said, we get to have some fun. And so, I wasn't thinking it was going to, have many entries. Cause, I'm like, who's going to really want to hang out with us? Do you not know? So Besa was organizing everything for me to make sure, like, hey, we're gonna stay on top of things and stuff. And she said, "There's too many entries. You look at all these entries." And I was just so overwhelmed with the fact of so much love. So many people were like excited just to do stuff, and so I was overwhelmed. I said, "Give us a number. We'll pick the number. Y'all call the lucky winners." And so it was a sweet couple. Come to find out, this couple's son has played with our son basketball together. So that was kind of like a surprise. And then so we went to Ben Paris at the State Hotel. Let me tell you something. I'm a foodie. We had such great food. We did this thing called like the tour, where we had lamb, we had pork, we had rib tip. You think of everything you can think of, we had it. Fresh cauliflower. The food was exquisite. And then we tried their signature drink, the Jen Griffey Jr. drink. So good. Let me tell you something. We all had about 3 to 4 of those bad boys. It was delicious. I said, can we have another one? And can we have another one? And can we have another one? I encourage anybody, if you've never been to Ben Paris at the State Hotel, you need to do it. And so we caught an Uber because, we were feeling mighty fine.
Yeah, I know that's right.
We were feeling real good, Trae. And so we ended up going to the Fifth Avenue where we got to see The Wiz. And let me tell you, it was just the way I remember being a kid. And, we saw the movie. We grew up watching it. There was The Wizard of Oz, and then we had The Wiz. And to be able to see it for the first time for myself on stage like that, everybody, my favorite, of course, like Dorothy, but I loved, listen, the lion, his voice too. Oh, it was like so it was so good. But the couple that came, his wife said, I remember when Michael Jackson, was in the show, and I saw, him perform some of the pieces. And so to now come fast forward life, and now I'm with my husband and we get to see this together, she just hands down, she was overwhelmed. There was emotions like tears. I mean, it was so good. The cast was phenomenal. The dancing, the costumes. I'll let you. I'm taking over. Can you talk?
No.
The costume.
That's it. You see me. I just hung my head. That's it.
The costume.
Because
and you just interviewed,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, Jared Barnes.
Yes.
Oh my word. And I told him, I said, we're gonna be fast friends, honey, because you showed me what is possible. We were on a panel together for Afrofuturism that the Fifth Avenue Theater put together.
Yeah.
And shout out to you, Aviona. Appreciated that opportunity so much, because the conversation was so rich about what can be done in theater when Black people have the resources they need. He said, look, these costumes and these wigs reflect the intentionality of investment for us to go out, to show up and show out.
Yes.
And that's exactly what we all experienced in the audience. I told him, and Kelly Brown was the wig designer, talking to her and hearing she has 30 years of theater experience.
Yeah.
You saw it.
You saw it on that stage.
In every single character. I mean, so for me, I took my sons and I took my son's girlfriend. She came with us, and it was her first musical.
Wow.
And so at the end, I always love to ask my kids when we go to live shows, I'm like, okay, what was your favorite part? Who was your favorite character? All of them were like, you know what? The whole thing.
The whole thing was phenomenal. The whole thing was fantastic. I mean, even to the point of I was wondering, how are you going to do the twister effect when when she got caught up in the storm, and the way they did that, and the movement and dancing, and they used the screen, and all of it was just so it was just so tasteful. It was done well. And then the little dog, oh Toto, I said, no, listen, I just got to tell you before, I watched a little bit of YouTube, and I just got done watching The Wizard of Oz, a stage play, and the dog, listen, girl, the dog ran, and all I heard was boom.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, that dog must didn't follow instructions.
Right.
But this dog, excellent the whole time, worked well with Dorothy. I mean, it just was so, everything was just, it felt like you were home. And every song they belted it from their soul. You felt it. It was beautiful. So I encourage people, if you've never seen it, you have to see it. It is so worth it. Get your tickets. I need to see it again.
No, that's exactly why I'm going again. I was like, look, because my mom is like probably the biggest Michael Jackson fan I know, right? And she was like, well, look, I married a Michael. One of my kids' names is Michael. She was not playing. She dated a couple of Michaels before she landed on my dad. Like, she like goes in.
My middle name is Michael.
Look, it flows through, right? And so I was telling her about the show. She said, oh my God. She's like, I gotta go. I'm so thankful because I said, look, we're going. We're gonna go. So I'm going again. And I tell you this much. I also had the pleasure of interviewing Shawnice Omar, who plays Eveline. And I to know that she is, born here, raised here, has so many roots here, but she expressed some things to me that I will carry with me for a long time. She said, look, this was a show that had, for the Fifth Avenue Theater, the first ever Black musical director, which we felt that too. I mean, again, there's something to be said. She said another thing too. Look, if a riff is on the music chart, I'm not gonna sing it like somebody like.
I'm gonna give it my way.
Exactly, and almost every time it may be a little different. So she said the musical director understood that, brought it out of all of the actors and actresses, and you can tell. I mean, because there's something so brilliant about all of that brilliance coming together, right? Where it's like what we've been always talking about, excellence, right? You saw it, and it was through and through. And I just kept giving Fifth Avenue shout outs for the intentionality of a Black director, all Black cast, Black choreographer, Black music, Black music, director. All of this is so important to pull this particular story together.
And you felt the difference. Not that any of the other shows aren't great; they're phenomenal. But you could just feel like we were seen. And so, like you said, with the riffs and all of that, it was like, that's who you are. You're not just following what the chart says. You're giving who you are to the show. And so I wouldn't be shocked if you went back and saw it and they sang it different.
Yeah, that's right.
Because when you are in the moment, come on now. It comes out the way you feel it. And the whole, what I said to myself was, they left it all on the floor. Like, their feelings were there, and they let you felt all of it from the beginning to the end. And Dorothy, that end song, she said, the song,
come on, man.
I said, it's a wrap.
Like,
I was like, it's a wrap.
Hey, she literally brought home. I mean, it was beautiful. And I'll say this too, because you mentioned the lion, and this is the last thing I'll say here before we go to break, was when I heard Jared talk about the influences, I said, I saw every single one of them clearly. You're talking about Patti LaBelle. You're talking about Diana Ross. You're talking about Barry White. Like, I said, yes and yes and yes. Like
Nipsey, all of
Nipsey.
it.
You saw the brilliance of what they always put on stage and put in film. You saw it there. So I mean, kudos to everybody who was on this. I'm so glad
it was a beautiful night.
I had to geek out with you, and I didn't get to geek out with you on camera about Seasons Canon, but I'm telling you, when you told me I had to go see Seasons Canon,
it was so good.
Okay, so I love the first two acts. Look, y'all, this show is over. But I'm telling you, I didn't get with my friend about this because I almost texted you, but it was late.
I know.
But when you said the waves. I said,
Right.
oh,
Wasn't that
here
unreal?
it is. As soon as I saw it, and I told Leah and Gary from Pacific Northwest Ballet, I said, Seasons Canon brought ballet even to another level for
Yes,
me.
it
Because
did.
I felt like that for Swan Lake. You know, the swans are doing these very intricate things all
Yes.
together.
Right.
But Seasons Canon, if
You
y'all,
felt like, I remember I said that the feeling was like spring.
yeah,
It felt like, if you could put yourself in that moment, it's like what life looks like when it's emerging, and then it begins to ripple effect. The way their bodies moved was just unreal, that the body could do that if you train it well.
yeah. I mean,
They-
it's
Mhm.
what I said to them is the things that you can achieve when you have a bunch of dancers on stage
Right.
moving in sync.
Right.
It was
Right.
like nothing else. I mean,
Mm-mm.
anyway, so I look,
Mm-mm.
we'll geek out. Of course, we got so much more to geek out about, you guys,
Yes,
right after
yes.
this short break. Stay tuned. Y'all don't want to miss second part of this. I promise you that. You're watching The Day with Trae.
A world of wonder awaits at Pacific Northwest Ballet's The Nutcracker. Treat your loved ones to the Northwest's favorite holiday tradition at Seattle Center's McCall Hall. Tickets start at $27. Visit pnb.org.
Will you marry me, baby?
Yeah.
Let me put this on you.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Trae Holiday. We're bringing back Black Love When We Met. That's right. We need something to warm all of our hearts and to elevate love once again in our communities. We want y'all to go to whereweconverge.com/Black Love so y'all can nominate your favorite couple for the next rendition of this show with me as the host. Let me sit down and have them on my couch and share how their love can inspire us all. Make sure y'all go and get your nominations in today and be on the lookout for Black Love When We Met coming at you on Converge Media very soon. Welcome back, everybody, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Of course, I am loving this deep dive discussion with my brother, Jay Martin Jr.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Welcome back from break. I mean, we, of course, we could talk about The Wiz all day,
Right.
but there's so many great shows going on out here. And
yes.
it sounds like both of us had the pleasure of taking our young men to the Blue Man
The
Group,
Blue Man
right? I
Group.
mean, yeah, this was a great show, ran last weekend.
Yeah.
Tell me your experience.
It was super cool. That sounds like what? It was super cool because I've always wanted to see it. And I go, I used to go back and forth like to Vegas to visit, and I've always wanted to like see the Blue Man Group. Never had the opportunity. Well, I saw, the Blue Man Group is coming to Seattle, and my trainer. Shout out to my trainer, Jay, at 45, the whole family. But he was like, if you get the chance to see the Blue Man Group, you will be mesmerized. It is unreal from the music, blah, blah. And I said, well, you know what? How about you come with me? And my son can come. You bring your kid. And we'll just go together as a group. And so, not knowing what to expect. And then all of a sudden, it felt like you went into their world. And it was so interactive. Oh, it was like they came off the stage. I got scared. I got scared. I was like, wait, what are you doing? What are we doing? And my son, because at first he's like, I don't want to go see blue what, and he was just sitting there like, wow. Then of course, like you see the phone go up a little bit, and it was just the way they moved with the instruments and the paint that would go up with the changing of colors and the sounds. I asked my son, I said, what was your favorite thing? He said, I loved how they were able to take things that you wouldn't normally use and find music in it.
Yeah.
He said, when they moved the pipes, back and forth, and how it made a different tune. And all of a sudden the beat comes in, and it was like a song. And then we got to like move around in the audience. If you've never seen that show, you have to go. I mean, they pulled people out of the audience. Oh, it was amazing. Like I felt like a kid. It felt like Disneyland to me. Is that what it is?
That's it right there.
Okay,
I was like
a kid.
I was in the audience with my two sons.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what they just know. I said, guys, we're going to a show. Be ready. Let's get dressed. Right. So they're like, well, my youngest son is always, Mom, what are we doing? He's always the curious one. My oldest one's like, all right, whatever. You know, and I already told him, I said, make room on your schedule because we're going to go see some shows.
Right.
Oh my gosh. So I love being able to watch it through their eyes. Like, like there was moments for me where I was just completely mesmerized, but I looked over at my sons and I'm like, how are they? And my youngest son is sitting next to me just laughing, cackling. My other son is over there, like you said, like your son trying to sneak some more things. Cause he's like, I didn't know what to expect. And I love seeing the smiles on their faces, just pure joy. We got a clip here too, because your son was able to at least capture a little bit of it.
He's like,
there
the ending.
Let's run that. It really was such an experience. And, you know, the fact that they don't speak at all and then they pull people up from the stage, that little telephone bit I thought was hilarious.
That was so funny.
I mean, it was so great to watch it. But also, when I was speaking to their captain, Adam Zwick, it was amazing to hear his perspective of pulling that show together.
Yeah.
And the fact that they are also really moving with the crowd. So each show is different. He's like, we do a lot of improv. So we work together to be able to have that synergy, which is so beautiful. And I think you could really experience that as an audience in the audience, because you could tell that they just had this flow between the three of them that was like, look, man, we've been doing this together. And we know, okay, if one is going to go this way, we're going to that thing, this way. You know, right?
Yeah.
And so I love what you said about the colors too, because it was so
vibrant.
Yeah, it was so breathtaking to see it, particularly with the lights, the whole way that their scene is set up. That is a whole full-on set.
That set is phenomenal. Like I could not. I mean, every time they would hit something or they would move something. Oh, and the part when they kept throwing, like one of them kept throwing something in the mouth, the balls, and it kept expanding. I said, "How is this happening? What is going on?" But it was
Did he spit it out and it created like a little statue? Oh my gosh!
I was like, "This is." And you know, here's something funny. People don't know this. I'll tell you something. I auditioned one time for the Blue Man. Back in the day, I did. Wow. I did. Of course, I didn't get it, but you know, but I was so like, what? I've never seen anything because I would YouTube and see. I was like, wow, to be able to move with music like that and get the audience to feel it. It was, again, such a great, if you ever get the opportunity, wherever your city is, you need to go see them.
Yeah. You know, and this is what I love because, you know, when we first connected with STG, you know, Seattle Theater Group, they said, look, we are opening. We want everybody to feel that this is their theater. They are welcome here. Yeah. And the shows that they're bringing are really indicating that the intentionality of having all of these opportunities to like, okay, on this show, oh, I'll get to take my mom and like, it's a girls' night. Okay. I can take my kids. Yeah. It's family time. Like the fact that there is such a wide variety of shows. Let's make sure we are supporting Seattle Theater Group. Y'all are killing it. Thank you so much for everything y'all are doing.
Yeah, you have to support.
Jay, you are killing it, my friend, because the last time we were here, we got the incredible news about you going over to PBS National.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about how this is landing with you since we last connected.
I'm so excited, you know, and it's funny because you were right there in the moment.
Yeah.
Right there in the moment. And it was the feeling I had. You probably thinking, oh no, what's wrong? And I looked at you and I said, no, I just got news. I'm going to go national. And, you know, and it's amazing when you look at the journey the process of it, but I'm so excited. One of my first projects, they've put it on hold because they want me to take on now. Well, good news. I'm going to be taking on other national projects now with them. So I'm super excited in New York. So I'll be doing some back and forth. It's going to be fun. And so people have been wondering, I've been getting DMs. I've been getting those like tweets, all that. He's leaving us. I am not leaving Seattle. I am here. I'm here for the people, but I will be going back and forth. But one of my projects is making Black America. I'm so excited.
My gosh.
I mean, to be able to talk about it, and I did it here at KCTS, and shout out to the KCTS 9 family, Crosscut, Cascade Public Media. I will never forget the day when I walked into audition, and one word that stands out to me is commitment. I was committed to making sure that everything I've ever hoped to be, they would see it. At the same time, what's so weird is when I got the opportunity and they gave me my yes, they thanked me for accepting. And so they said, we were committed to wanting to make sure that everything that you were hoping to be, we were like, open the door. And so I just want to say, I'm so thankful to them. I'm thankful for the work that we get to do here in the city of Seattle. And if it wasn't for them, them giving me my yes, I wouldn't have this yes today. And so I look forward to being able to do more work. They do such excellent work. And the fact that I get to do, it was like I went home there and I'm home here. Yes. I have multiple homes.
Yes, you do.
And I'm so excited to now take on several projects starting next year. And here's the funny thing is I was supposed to fly out December 7th to begin making Black America and it got pushed. So it's not going to happen until like sometime next year. But immediately, what does your mind do when there's a delay? You begin to doubt yourself. You begin to worry. You begin to think you're not good enough. And I went down this rabbit trail, and something came to my mind that I was told years ago: do not let a divine delay turn into a devilish disappointment.
Ooh.
Let that sit with you.
Ooh.
That is so major, because could it be that the delay is being repackaged for something greater? So that delay for me of not flying out so soon and it being pushed allowed them to say, we'd like to offer you actually not just one, but plural, several national projects. So sometimes, even though you want something so bad and you finally get your yes, there might be a little bit of delay, but that's okay. What's for you is for you. And if it is for you and there's a delay, it will reroute itself back to you, and it will be better than how you thought you were going to receive it. Jay, I'll leave you with that.
Jay, I'm going to ask you to say it just one more time for the people in the back. Okay?
Yes. Do not let a divine delay turn into a devilish disappointment. I did a podcast episode on that, about delays. And I'm so thankful. You have to be committed no matter what. Even when there's a delay, remember who you are. Remember, this is what you're called to do, your purpose. And so I had went down this whole rabbit trail because there was a delay. And I wasted my energy in a space I shouldn't even been in.
Yeah.
So I had to pull myself back and say, no. No, it's just a delay, and that's okay. And sometimes, and I'll leave this too. And sometimes, thank God this is a yes for me, but think about the no's you've received. I actually thank God for the no's more than I thank God for the yes, because that tells me that there's something greater that wants to protect me. It's not rejection, it's protection. I'm being protected from something that's not for me. So all of those delays or no's have actually helped shape my character to embrace my yes efficiently.
Oh my goodness, brother. Let me tell you something. I mean, this is really something that I think so many people in the creative field in particular have to experience.
Yes.
Because there are going to be no's throughout the journey.
Right.
And how it protects you and propels you to get to the yeses that are there for you are so key. But this is also something that everybody can experience in their lifetime. Whether it's career, education, family, life, whatever it is, that we need to take that in. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
I also want to share this clip because you was looking mighty suave, my friend, because you said, look, I'm dropping this announcement here.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, let's go ahead and show this clip right here, Jay.
I have never met anybody who became incredibly successful in any area of their life until they had suffered and sweated and sacrificed and kept their focus and fought through tears and trials and tests. And if you have a dream and you commit to it, it will come to pass.
I'm Jay Martin Jr. I'm so excited to go national with PBS. See you soon.
Look, there it is right there. That message is everything.
Yeah.
Jay, thank you so much for
Thank you
always
so
coming
much.
and bringing
Thank you.
your excellence and brilliance to the day with Trae.
Thank
you know I
you.
love you dearly.
Love
brother.
you so much.
Oh my
Love
gosh.
being here.
Oh, I told y'all it was going to be